Welcome to another episode of the Life Capoeira. I'm pleased to welcome our guest today, Dalua, who trains with Bamba in Toronto. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleased to be here.
So let's start at the beginning. How did your capoeira journey start? And when?
I arrived in Canada 2015, end of 2015. Almost immediately, I wanted to join a capoeira group. I looked it up. I found the group I'm in. It was Ashe Toronto at the time. And the switch to Bamba Toronto happened during the pandemic. And yeah, I've been with them for almost 7 years now. It's like a family. I can't imagine not doing it ever,
And
not
what was?
being with them.
And what was it that you capoeira group as soon as you arrived in Canada? Had you already capoeira group, or was it just something that you'd already?
No, I was in the Middle East. Unfortunately, there's a limited capoeira presence there, at least back then. But I always wanted to join up. In the beginning, I was more drawn to the flashy side of it, just the acrobatics and all that. But as I progressed, it became more about the energy or the spirit of capoeira, what it does for you, like how it helps you grow in all different aspects.
What sort of growth?
Confidence. I struggled a lot with music. That's something that it forced me to get better at. There's still a lot to go, but it's again, can't imagine myself not doing it.
I think that's one of the wonderful things. Still a long way to go, and that's capoeira in a nutshell. It's one of those arts that actually, wherever you are, there's always somewhere to go. And even at events with maestros, they talk about their goals and what they're planning for, and it's something that you can always keep striving towards to improve in some area.
It's a lifelong journey.
So I reached out because I saw that you were organizing a series of events at Solidarity Hodders for Palestine. What led you to set up those Solidarity Hodders, and who are you raising the money for?
The money will go to the Camp Breakers group in Gaza. They're a sort of breakdancing initiative, mainly towards children who like mental health is important considering what they're going through, and having something that sort of alleviates the terrible reality that they're in for a while is worthwhile. It's also somewhat similar to capoeira, at least the physical aspect. So it just made sense to me that that is who we partner with here, who we support, and we do talk to them, like one of the founders, and yeah, the proceeds are going to them. Like there's shirts, there's other sort of merchandise we're selling, and all of it is meant to support what they do in Gaza.
And how have they been going?
The Hodas,
Well, the whole
it's pretty good. There's a lot of interest. There's a lot of positive feedback. People want to come. For this one, we're also trying to have people from outside of Toronto come. We're gonna those of us that are in the city are going to offer our homes for them to stay for the night, which would make it a lot easier for them to come. Yeah, we just wanted to keep growing. The goal, I feel, is to sort of show that the capoeira community and capoeira as an art does, yeah, to show solidarity, to show that we're with the Palestinians, we're against what's happening to them.
and I think that's worthwhile to do. A previous guest on the Carlo talked about how capoeira, he feels, and I tend to agree, is inherently political. I think all aspects of life are political if you're paying attention. And I reached out to get you on was to help to promote your cause. So we've got listeners in over 50 countries. For those that can't make it to Toronto, how might they be able to get involved and help support you?
I am shipping the shirts to the States. I have a few people who wanted to get them in Europe. Shipping is a bit expensive, unfortunately, but yeah, selling the shirts is a way for us to raise money, and these shirts, and it is a visual representation of your position. capoeiristas and capoeira in general standing with Palestine.
Is this organized like this?
I'm sorry, can you say again?
Is this the first project like this that you've organized with your capoeira?
Yeah, it was a bit difficult. Like I'm not even a graduado yet. I felt a bit like a fish out of water, but it felt like something that needed to be done. Again, like uh, sort of in the spirit of capoeira, like it is like it did start as a way to like break free and resist oppression. We talk, my group talks about it a lot in. We even have a performance or a play that talks about the history, uh, how it was made by slaves and how they used it to gain freedom. So again, my interpretation of what we're doing lines up with what capoeira is supposed to be. Yeah, a lot of us feel that way.
What advice would you give to any other people that would like a similar project?
Like I think the struggle for me, the biggest struggle is to like step up. You know, like I am. It's hard being the one in charge when you're not used to it. Like usually we depend on our teachers to but yeah, like for different reasons that's not been the case. And rather than wait, I just decided to, we can do it ourselves. It's messy, it's a bit overwhelming, but it can happen. And it's like the past two have been great, and I'm hoping the third one will be even better.
So when is the third one like to come along?
It'll be on March 3rd, a Sunday, uh, noon to 2 p.m. They're at Community Center in downtown Toronto, and yeah, I'd like to extend an invitation to anyone in the area. You're welcome to come. If you're out of if you're from out of town, we'll find places for you to stay the night before. You can attend the Hoda and then head out the same day.
And we'll be linking to this episode. Have you found that organizing big holidays like this has helped your capoeira? Do you feel maybe closer to that graduado quarter now with some of this experience?
Uh, yeah, definitely. Like my experience is that if you don't, like when you feel responsible for the Hoda, you notice a lot more. You notice that the game's lasting too long. You notice that the same person has been on an instrument for too long. So you're just trying to like sort of conduct all those different parts, like telling people to go in. If there's no one to play a particular instrument, you have to like play it. And uh, like I remember for a portion of it, I would leave the birimbau to the atabaki and then back to the birimbau just because yeah, like there's no one else to fall back on, like again, usually you have the teachers who sort of carry the music, but this more being a community hoda, it's yeah, so yeah, it just made me a lot more aware of how difficult it is to carry the music, how difficult it is to like even the shape of the hoda. Like it wasn't something I considered before, but in these two hodas I had to like just yeah.
I was like quite a experience there and for stepping up to it and pushing your boundaries.
Yeah, it was scary. Like I remember especially for the first one, I had the like there was a possibility that no one show up, no one wants to like take that risk. But no, it was embraced a lot more than I expected, and I felt that both times. For the second Hoda, it was close to 50 people who showed up,
Wow.
which yeah did blow my mind a bit. But yeah, it's important. Like I can see that it's important to a lot of people that this type of solidarity come from the community. I have noticed, yeah, sort of frustration that you know, yeah, capoeira is meant to take a stand in issues like this. And so, yeah, there is a lot of.
It's obviously a very contentious thing with a lot of both sides. Have you faced much pushback, or has it been largely positively received?
Fortunately, no. Like I haven't. Like I'm sure there are some people who. Yeah, like I'm sure some people would. Like no, publicly I haven't gotten any pushback, but I'm sure there are people who are resentful. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Glad it's been positively received. As for what are the goals moving forward, not just for the solidarity holders, but also your own capoeira journey? What are you hoping to achieve as your journey?
Um, I do wish this is the last Hoda. I don't hope the situation in Gaza keeps going on for another month or two. For me personally, yeah, like as you said, that sort of mental boundary was broken. I am aware that I can get people to show up. Um, that that despite there being like a few hiccups, I can like run a Hoda. Like that just does a lot. Like internally, just that knowing that you can like have an hour Hoda that is pretty energetic, pretty lively, pretty yeah, like the games are awesome, the music is awesome, just the people that show up and are interested, it's just yeah, very fulfilling to make that happen, and like I don't want to take all the credit, but yeah, it just is because it is a community thing, but yeah, it's just great to see. Know
Yes,
that you bring it about.
the final question I guessed. What is capoeira?
Uh, to me, capoeira's freedom. It's not being in any one box. Uh, you can uh, you can fight, you can dance, you can perform, you can play music, you can be an acrobat. It's just whatever you need it to be. Uh, like most other martial arts, I feel are rigid. Like uh, capoeira is the only one that is sort of meant not to be rigid, meant to be more with flow, more unbound. It's a lot closer to life than like than any other martial art.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, are there any other closing sort of thoughts or comments you'd like to leave our listeners with?
No, no, thank you. Just thank you for the invite.
It's my pleasure, and thank you very much for giving up your time to come on. If anybody else would like to come onto the podcast, we're open to all levels of capoeira, from mestres to absolute beginners from anywhere around the world. So if you're interested or want to nominate anybody that you know, then please do get in touch at lifecapoeira@gmail.com, and you can find us on Instagram as well. And we'll be linking to the Solidarity Hodder and all the details and so on in the description below. So thank you very much for listening, and until next time, ciao.
Thank you.